Finding the clients in the street, let's say.
Yeah.
That I was riding, finding this friend. You don't look good on the bike. Let's meet. Let me help you. And it was like a mushroom after the rain.
Yeah.
So just from one to other, and it grows
just
up.
Grows and grows and grows. Yeah.
Welcome to Cycling Demystified, brought to you by Foundation Bike Fit and Frequency Cycle Works, the podcast where we help you take your cycling to the next level by sharing the knowledge from experienced bike fitters, mechanics, and the hidden players within the bike industry.
Hey everyone, Way from Foundation Bike Fit here. I was recently over at Eurobike, Europe's largest bike show, so I thought it would be fun to record a few conversations with fellow bike fitters and fit-related companies to bring you a selection of the latest fit ideas, trends and happenings from around the world. With cycling gaining popularity in Israel, I catch up with Amos Wolff, an Israeli bike fitter who started on his bike fit journey after a Belgian fitter solved his issues back when he was racing in the pro Peloton. Amos kindly shares his stories from the road and why bike fitting is as much an art as it is a science.
So, welcome to Cycling Demystified, and we're back at Eurobike, and today I'm in the Form Bike Fit stand, but I'm joined by Amos.
Hi.
From
Israel.
Where are you from? From Israel, all the way from Israel. You came all the way from Israel to Germany to come and look at what you come to look at.
I'm just looking for new things.
All kinds of things.
Cool things for my studio, for my clients, to have good solutions, and for a new atmosphere, just to open the mind a little bit for new things.
So tell our listeners a little bit about yourself. You're a bike fitter based out in Israel. You have your own studio.
And so my name is Amos Wolff. I'm almost 42 years old.
Yeah.
And in the past, I was a professional cyclist.
Yeah.
And mostly on road. And for the last 17 years, I'm doing bike fitting.
Nice.
I just started because I was not comfortable on my bike.
Yeah.
And in Israel at that time, there was no bike fitters. It was in the other time, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And when I was racing in Belgium, I saw the club I was riding. They sent me to a bike fitter, and it solved all the problems I have in 2 hours. So I say, wow, amazing! I need to study that.
Yeah.
So I studied. I started to do bike fitting with no study, just with my experience.
Yeah.
And with the time, each time I went to Europe or to the States, and I learned the
craft.
The idea around bike fitting. And with the time, each time I brought more devices, more software, and improved myself while the time was, and did experience on my clients.
Oh, I think that's how we all learn, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just through experience, always just doing and so on. So did you work just on your own when you were studying out bike fitting, or did you work within a shop, or was it?
No, so I started just going to the home clients. Just finding the clients in the street, let's say. That I was riding, finding this friend. You don't look good on the bike. Let's meet. Let me help you. And it was like a mushroom after the rain. So just from one to other, and it grows
just
up.
Grows and grows and grows.
And, I'm just doing my job all day and trying to help the cyclists improve their form on the position.
Yeah, I mean that's our job, is to help people. But tell me a bit more about your kind of pro cycling background then. So you started out, you did Tour of Turkey?
Yeah, so actually I started the race. I started riding in a club when I was 13 years old because I didn't went to school so much. So my parents told me you have too much energy.
Go ride your bike.
Exactly. So my parents took me to races, and I was riding in a local club. And then each year I was better, and the national team started to take me to Europe to race. And in Israel you have the army. So when you get to 18, when you're 18, you go to 3 years to the army. So you need to stop your life actually. But if you're good in sports or in music or art, you get a special permission. And then you still need to go to the army. But it's like a day job of between 3 to 6 hours a day.
Yeah.
But you're close to home, so you just go do your office work or small job, and you have the day off to train. And you can go to Europe or outside Israel to race if you need.
That's brilliant. Yeah,
that's good.
That's a good deal.
So you can continue racing and improve yourself.
Yeah.
Usually if you stop, that's it. After 3 years, you don't come back to race. So then after the army, I went to live in Europe, in Belgium, and I did there.
The home of cycling.
Yeah, I was racing local and tour of Turkey and a tour of Guadeloupe in Central America. It's 14 stages.
That sounds tough.
Too long. And when I find out that I will not earn money from cycling, I'm not that good, so I started to combine training and fitting.
Okay.
And let's say around 12 years ago, I stopped racing. I continued racing amateur, like masters. And 3 years more, and then too much kids at home, so I finished racing at all. And I'm waiting for my next step.
And whilst you're training and racing, did you get multiple bike fits along the way, or was it just the kind of initial bike fit you had? Or give the listeners a little bit of insight as to kind of how teams kind of approach bike fit.
So
obviously it's changed.
Exactly. It's 20 years ago or more. 25. So that time, I think fitting was very based on culture.
Right. Okay.
Less science.
Right.
So a lot of fitters that time were you're a racer, so you need to sit on the bike like a racer. If you have flexibility problems, it's not important. I mean, put a 120 millimeter stem, no spacers, and your body will adapt it exactly. But actually, I was fitted on with a very good fitter, a Belgian fitter, and he was not that aggressive with the position.
And can you say who it was?
Luc Piron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's alive. He's very old. He was very old. That's it. And I think the experience is, it's the day by day you learn more people, more problems you see, and you're thinking a solution. Because usually we don't have solutions.
Yeah, it's always problem solving, right? There's no person is ever the same. And so one day you think you've got it all nailed, and then someone comes along and throws everything else.
Yeah, exactly. All the things that you built, it's 180 degrees different now.
So I'm going to throw you in here, but what do you think of pro positions now in the pro peloton? Do you see some trends which are kind of useful, or what advice would you give to people watching pro cyclists now on TV? Because we get so much insight into, we just get so much exposure into kind of what pro positions are like, and kind of watching them on TV all the time. It's hard not to want to be like them.
I think that's the problem with the 99% of my clients. They see now the Tour de France and they say, okay, this is a good position. Sometimes the pro are very bad position. I know from the inside, some of them they don't do bike fitting as well. They are fitting themselves with the experience, and I think that the most important thing is to understand that most of the clients, they are not pro. They don't have the skills, the flexibility, the weight, the motion, the time on the bike. To see the same, to get the same fitting. So you cannot be like a pro. I mean, if you're a pro, it's okay, or you can try. So in the end, I think if you said about trends now, so now people talk about the short crank Pogacar is riding. I'm the last 6 years I'm doing that with my clients, so it's not that new, but you see that he's not losing that much power.
Yeah, it's interesting how all the media kind of outlets say, oh, he's riding 165 francs, that's really short. In my book, that's not very short at all.
Exactly.
That's like normal.
Yeah.
But it's just trends that are kind of starting to kind of catch on.
I think fitters are doing it for years.
Yeah, exactly.
Most of them.
It's just one of those, I guess, variables that like the bike industry hasn't really catered for very well, and so it's always been a bit more of a niche kind of thing.
Yeah, they delayed the companies.
Yeah.
But now I think in this year you can see also mountain bikes getting also with medium frames, short cranks.
Yeah.
Not very short, 170, but in the past was 175.
Right. Yeah.
And also road or TT bikes are getting with shorter cranks now, more and more. But still, I think the bike companies are in delay always.
Yeah, I know there's always like, I know it takes a lot of effort to like kind of design new things and create new molds and all the rest of it. Like, you know, to create a new crank length size for Shimano or SRAM always takes a significant investment. So, like for them, if it's not a business kind of smart thing, I think they tend to shy away from it. And
If they don't, they need to sell a lot.
Yeah, but at the same time, you know, if they made the products, then people would buy them.
For sure.
So, you know, it's, you know, someone's got to take the lead. And, you know,
And you can see last year they did a big change. They started to produce 160 millimeter crank. The Ultega from Ultega, I think, or Dura-Ace as well.
and now one of Shimano 105 is now they do make a 160.
In 105, it's new for me.
But whether or not you can get it is it's another thing. Like they're always sold out.
But if it's sold out, it means that they sell.
So did you see the Giant have just released a new bike fitting rig, which is here at the show? Like, what do you think of that?
So actually, I'm with Giant in contact for the last year about that. It looks very. I think it's the next steps in jig bikes fitting.
Yeah.
In the past, you had the Guru fitting system that was quite the same, but they are like I think they are stopped working with that.
But you kind of work with.
I still work. The software is working. I have support, but they are not doing new stuff. So, like I like the science and I like to improve myself. So I'm always looking for the next step with tools and games that I can put in my studio. And I hope they will do do a good job on the software. And then will give us a better tool to work on. But in the end, I think it's all about art, I believe. I think in the end, bike fitting is a lot of art of the fitter. The machine, the tool is cool, is nice, is a helpful thing. But in the end, you need the experience of the fitter.
Yeah, I like that. So the analogy I like to use a lot is like getting a bike fit is like going to a restaurant. So, you go to like a really fancy restaurant, you want a nice meal, and it's always about the chef. The chef is making this like creation, this masterpiece, this really nice dish. And you go to a different restaurant, a different chef, and they'll make it in a different way. So you give them the same dish, they'll make it in a different way. Everyone has their own way of doing things.
The philosophy is quite good. They are similar. But the way they are doing it, maybe is a little bit different.
Absolutely. So, but I think sometimes you go to a restaurant and you don't like the taste.
For sure.
That's fine. You go to the next one.
Exactly.
But the main thing is, you still need to go to the restaurant to have a good meal. So, same with bike fitting. If you want a good bike position, go find a fitter that will kind of resonate with you, share the same philosophies.
The same state of mind. You have to talk in the same language, not language, but same
level.
Same level.
You have to have a connection. With your client. So,
exactly.
And that I think that's the difference between having. We were talking earlier about having bike fit systems, like bits of software and so on, which help bike fitters find a position very easily and so on, and it's very easy just to kind of rely on that system and it says, all the lights are green, so your bike fit's good.
Exactly.
But, actually, we need to go a little bit further than that to get really good results to, understand the individual.
The numbers actually, when I not started, but after some years, I bought my first system, so it was with angles. So I was working like black and white, so I need this number, and I was finding the position that gives me the correct number of each angle and on the knee, on the back, on the hip, whatever. And with the time you understand that you're, it's not robot.
Exactly.
Each one has his his own problems and angles that he can work better.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone's an individual. And I think that comes back to like kind of pro positions as well, because we sometimes look at the pro positions and we're like, oh, they look terrible, but
but this is good for him.
That's good for him. So.
Exactly.
But yeah, well, thanks very much for talking to us
Thank
about
you.
all things bike fit and so on. I'm sure you've got lots of other interesting things to find at the show.
Thank you for your time.
If people want to find you in Israel, if there's some Israeli listeners, then how do we
so
find
you can write in Google Amos Wolff Bike Master.
Yeah, cool.
Or just put bike fitting and you will see me.
Whereabouts are you located in?
I'm like north to Tel Aviv, about 20 kilometers.
Amazing.
But Israel is small, so you maximum drive, the farthest you can get is 4-hour drive, so it's not that much.
Well worth it.
Exactly.
So if you need a bike fit and you're in Israel, go see Amos.
Yeah, thank you very much.
All right, catch you later. Thanks.
Suffering from numb hands, tingling toes, and any other persistent discomforts when you ride? These are all signs that your bike fit could be improved. If you're bike fit curious, get in touch with Wei or Matt by emailing info@foundation.fit or finding them on Instagram @FDN_bikefit. Finally, for all your bike servicing needs, custom dream bike or hand-built wheels, go to www.frequencycycleworks.com or find me on Instagram @frequencycycleworks. Until next time, keep on spinning.